Today I have look at all this glitter. Today I have a tutorial for these pastel galaxy nails. I'm doing them as Betsy Twin Nails with my favorite Pish. I'll link her Instagram down below. Go check her out. She did an amazing job. So to do these today, you'll need a pale pink for your base. I'm using OPI Mod About You. An assortment of pastel colors. Heyo, clearance polish. This is Kittredge. It's a nice mid-tone pink. Using Sinful Colors Blue La La. And also a white acrylic or a white polish. Acrylic's easier. A China Glaze Fairy Dust to add in some sparkle. This is optional, but you can sponge on some Zoya Luxe. Quick Dry Top Coat. This is the one I'm using. And also a matte top coat. This is the one I use. I know some people like the Nicole by OPI matte, but this one for the price is amazing. So, also you'll also need a striping tool or a thin brush. I cut some bristles off of this one to make it a little bit thinner. And a dotting tool. So that's it, let's get started. Okay, first I'm going to lay down a base of OPI Mod About You. It's a nice, super light pink. It has a lot of white in it. It's almost a one-coater. Okay, we're going to let that dry. Now that that's nice and dry, I'm going to go in with a makeup sponge and a dab of some white acrylic paint. We're just going to sponge it on, hopefully. So, I really should have cut this, I think. I'm going to do my other nails too. Just in a random pattern. I started with the pink on top and not the white because the white acrylic paint is a little more opaque and easier to sponge on. Go back and blend this one out a little bit. And just keep going until you like what you see. You can always add more or add the other color back on top. So there are no mistakes, just happy accidents. Okay, I'm going to let that dry and come back in with our blue. I went ahead and cut the sponge up a little bit, that way it's going to give me more control. I'm going to use some tweezers and dab on the next color. I'm going to try to just do a tiny little bit. I'm going to load some more. Okay. Going to take my Zoya Kittredge. My bottle says Kittredge, but it's supposed to be Kittredge. And load it onto another little piece of sponge. Little baby sponge. Okay. Here's the sponge. Just kind of blend that blue in a little bit. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go back in with some white and feather it out. You just keep going and keep dabbing until you're happy with it. I'm going to add a little bit more color on top. Ooh, get back over here. Okay, I totally have a piece of glitter on the tip. On my tip. We'll cover it with a star. Okay, I'm going to do a swipe of China Glaze Fairy Dust to blend it all together a little bit. Okay, we'll let that dry and come back in and add our star detail. Okay, now we're going to go in with a striping brush or any kind of like thin, teeny tiny brush. I actually cut some bristles off of this. Let's see if it'll focus. Teeny tiny brush. We're going to load it with some white acrylic paint and make some stars. We go in, and I think I'm going to just super softly and try to keep your lines thin. And one down here. Just randomly, wherever you want one. Little baby one. Okay, now we're going to go in with a dotting tool and add some random dots of white acrylic. Okay, that's it. We'll let that dry and then top coat and then matte. I'm going to go in and add a little bit more sparkle. I was going to fish the tiny little hexes out, but I don't think I'm going to. So, over our stars and our dots, just add some random sparklies. A lot of sparklies. Okay, I'm going to float a coat of quick dry top coat on top of that to help it all take the same level before we matte. Makes it just a little bit more cohesive. So we'll wait for that to dry and then come back and matte. Alright, we're going to go in with our matte top coat. I need to do a little bit more cleanup around my cuticle, but that's our finished look. Thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time.